room. So what are you doing in here?
Banana skin, yellow color, goofy teeth. Do a bit of this. You'll still have goofy teeth, but they'll be whiter.
You've got white teeth anyway. You've got the nicest teeth in the house.
I know,
But I said so. Yeah.
I told Maya that, and now she said she told me that.
I saw it on the internet.
So what are you doing?
Nothing.
The boiler's missing.
Boiler's gone, nicked.
What happened to the boiler?
Some more want to move from there to here.
Third position now.
Okay, so yesterday we moved the boiler. It was here before. We ran the pipework along the wall and along the side wall, and we put the boiler in that corner now. So that's how it looks.
No problem, but you might end up having to have freestanding fridges as opposed to built-in.
Okay.
But they will stick out past the worktops, so they'll protrude past.
So if the built-in ones are flush, by the freestanding one they'll be sticking out.
No, the built-in ones can be. You can't have a built-in one because you've got pipes there, so they will not be flush.
Okay.
You can't have anything behind the appliances when you have them built in.
All right. Okay.
That's the thing.
Oh, okay. So the solution now is.
Yeah, and the boiler.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Sorry.
put it on the wrong wall.
Aye?
You put the boiler on the wrong wall.
How do you mean?
It should have been on the adjacent wall. So now you can't put a unit next to it and you can't cover the boiler. Yeah, because there's not enough space either side of the boiler to put a unit over it, you see. Otherwise the unit's going to go over the window.
Okay, okay,
So we've just been to Howden's and it wasn't as bad as Abdul thought. He does have to recess the pipes that he's laid from moving the boiler right across the wall. He's got to recess them into the wall because there's not enough space for any of our appliances, you know, for them to fit under the worktop, so they fall out. So he's got to do that. He was saying that the boiler was past our window recess once the housing goes on, but he'd had the boiler the wrong way around, so now that he's got it the right way around on his plans, it all works nicely. So we've tweaked it a little bit. I almost changed the worktop colour to plain black, but I didn't like the black that they had, so I stuck with my original. The consultant wanted to change our sink and I said no, so we've moved a few things around to try and keep that the same. So more or less back on track as to where we were. It's just Abdul's got to spend another day recessing the pipes, and we had planned for Sandip to do the guttering today and get that finished off because it wasn't done by our previous guys, but I think we're going to have to pull him off and get the pipe work done again. So Abdul was very, very cross. That's probably the angriest you'll ever see him. But you're a bit calm now, yeah? It's an amateur's mistake. We are doing it ourselves. We don't have professionals in to advise us. If we could afford to do that, we would. So when you're doing it yourselves, you learn from your mistakes. So that's the lesson learned today.
yeah, almost getting there.
I bet you are so happy to be doing this now. You've had a good break from it, haven't you?
No, but we're just part of it. I'm still going to do all that. I'm going to do all that, and I'm going to put blocks behind them, hold them up, just all the way around.
So if you were to do this again, would you do it or not bother?
Only if someone pays me a lot of money.
So next house we buy?
My ideas.
You and your ideas, huh? So we showed a bit of you getting very angry the other day in the car. That was the day before yesterday. You didn't really explain what happened.
Well, part of it is my fault. Not my fault, but I'm responsible part of it because initially we had the boiler on this wall here.
Yeah.
And the flue for the boiler was going up and out. Now we're also going to have our kitchen here as well. Oh, sorry, cooker here as well. And this
Which
thing
is
here.
where your bottom is.
And this thing here is the extractor fan for the cooker, which I had to put in now because in normal houses you don't have the suspended ceiling, so then about 4 inches. So if I don't put this in now, the ducting will have to be done underneath and boxed, and I didn't want that. So I bought that kit, put it in, fixed it all together, and that. So.
And we also had the vent for the boiler coming out between the boards, so you couldn't even finish the ceiling. Yeah. And you just were not happy to finish the ceiling, were you?
It's the same size, so yeah.
It was a mess. So now we don't have that thing running across the length of that wall now, and the boiler's been moved over here. It's so much more tidy. It just flew straight out into the garden with the pipes all beautifully recessed in. Yesterday, the kitchen guy told us that we had to recess those pipes in. What's going on there now? Why has that not been done?
The thing is, we've been told by the kitchen fit, the company that we buy the kitchen from, that these pipes are sticking out, hence there's not enough space between the wall and the appliances. But we've been told the guy who's going to do our kitchen for us, he's been here and he's shown us the measurements for the units and measurements for the appliances, and he thinks that there's enough space for the pipes to go between the wall and the appliances.
We're going to have a small fridge freezer there, and he looked up the specs and the model for the fridge freezer, and even I saw that there was plenty of space. So yeah. Yeah,
so at the moment the guy who's supplying the kitchen and the guy who's going to fit the kitchen,
they disagree.
They're not seeing quite on the same detail. So yeah, so what I think what's going to happen now is I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get this bit ready and get this plastered, and then take a final measurement. Yeah. And then we'll work on the size of the kitchen from that measurement. So at the moment I just got to crack on and do the last few bits and pieces.
But it does mean that we've not been able to order the kitchen.
Yeah, that's the downside of that.
So we have to wait a few more weeks.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we're still enjoying that little bit of our luxury area. I have to show you the view of the skyline. Look at those clouds, isn't it beautiful? Such a beautiful, beautiful view that we have. We're so lucky. I love it. And we come down here at night to look at the stars as well.